Sell myself out over and over. This will repeat until we tire of Monday. Count me out from this mess. I can't help but wonder what we would be without these human beings. It's all the same every day. Wake me up when something changes. It's all the same every day. Wake me up when something changes. I will admit, trends keep spiders. Rewrite the script till there's nobody after you. We are contained, but we
Hi.
Hey guys,
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
look at you guys. Bailey, May, Walker, and Adam Laub in the flesh. Is that how you pronounce your name, Adam? Laub?
It's Laub, but that's
Laub,
fine. Yeah,
Laub.
everyone says it Laub, so I'm
Okay,
used to
Laub.
that.
It's so good. It's so, oh my God, look at you guys. I mean,
Stop.
no, look at that compound full of, art and artistry and
My
Such a-
bedroom.
Yeah.
creative things. Oh, I love it, guys. I mean, you guys are awesome. Decouplr, Philly-based duo, couple, great musical partnership. Guys, I gotta first tell you, been mesmerized a few days now listening to Digital Bonfire. Just
Oh,
got in
thank
deep
you.
there. Just a magical album, guys, in every way. Comes out February 19th. Every serotonin, aces. I mean, the whole thing. It's just great, guys. Congratulations on the album.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's we're really glad you like it. It means a lot to us.
Yeah.
That's how you know you guys are like a good couple, when you're like finishing each other's sentences in cadence and the same
The
tone.
whole
Immediately.
interview, we've practiced this.
Yeah.
Good for you guys. Good for you guys. Keep it up. I love it. But yeah, guys, I gotta tell you, I can't, listening to that album the past couple of days, I can't help but feel that it's like an unexpected blessing of like a pandemic, that an album like this has happened. Like, I mean, I gotta ask you, Adam, don't you think that, in the normal times, quote unquote, like an album like this that is so layered, so profound, so many themes, it would have taken you guys, I mean, I think like years to complete. Am I wrong with that?
Yeah, no, I definitely think having the pandemic time really helped because, we're home all the time, ton of time to work on the beats and the music, practice. I mean, some of these songs that, I know you've heard the album and a lot of people hopefully will hear it in a week or so. But, some of those songs we had multiple lyrics, multiple complete rewrites. So yeah, I definitely think that in a way, the pandemic let us do a lot more with it than we would have been able to do if it was normal. Yeah, at times.
It's phenomenal. Bailey, let me ask you about this. I mean, the album's theme, of course, is a lot of exploration of this like new crazy technology that's happened with the pandemic, the human connection element or disconnection, just like the eeriness of it. I don't know if you guys saw like the video of the cat lawyer or whatever recently.
Yes.
I don't think I
But
saw-
it's you have to show it to Adam right after
Yeah.
this interview. But it's like it's just another example of like this whole tech world just merging into like humanity. How are you guys feeling about it now? Because when you started writing this album was like, almost a year ago, I guess.
Mhm.
Are you feeling like more at ease now, or almost like more creeped out about it, about the whole thing now?
I would say after a year of, the learning curve of communicating with, friends and family, it's starting to get a little bit easier. I think when this all first happened, part of Digital Bonfire was trying to capture that uncertainty of like, what am I doing? How do I explain to my, cousins and great aunts at Zoom, holiday get-togethers, how to set up microphones?
I know.
How do I,
Adam, just to get you in the loop, because I feel like you're the only human that hasn't seen it. Basically, there's this like lawyer, like really like with a judge meeting on Zoom in Texas, and the lawyer came out with a cat filter on.
Oh,
So it's like a really
okay.
like formal like occasion, and he doesn't know how to turn it off.
Gotta see
It's
that. I
just
haven't seen
perfect.
it.
So
That's
anyway,
crazy.
yeah.
And
Anyway.
he's so serious too. He's like, by the way, I'm not a cat.
I mean,
So
absolutely.
that's the inspiration for Decouplr's Digital Bonfire.
It kind of is. It kind of is when you think about it. You know,
bit,
like
yeah.
it's just crazy.
For
man.
me, I'll say I've been a shut-in for a long time. I spent a lot of times with my friends on like Discord and whatnot before this. So maybe for me, this transition was a little bit easier. But yeah, still the same challenges with family and friends. And, it's hard to tell your parents you're not coming home for Christmas and all this stuff.
Sure.
So
Sure.
that was definitely a bit of a challenge.
Absolutely, Bailey. And when you're working, Bailey, because the songwriting is just a jewel in this album. But people think that being an electronic band like you guys, it's all fun. It's like it must be so cool, but it's hard work. Being an artist and being a songwriter is real, legit hard work, and we appreciate that. When you're writing the lyrics for these songs, and when people listen to this album, I mean, obviously, get lost in the sound that Adam created, but don't forget the lyrics from Bailey. Is it like, Adam, honey, I'm going 9 to 5 to lock myself in the office. I'll see you at 5:30 for dinner, really academical? Or is it like kind of like as inspiration hits you, Bailey?
It's a little bit of both, particularly with the song Changes. I remember him showing me the instrumental and I'm thinking, I have this like kind of soulful voice and I'm singing about, being lonely or bummed out. So I would sit with the beat from Changes and I would just play it in my car when I was driving home from work. And, I would just revisit until I found something that I thought, like a line that I thought would fit or a melody. So a lot of it is intentional for sure. I think I need time to sit with things when I'm writing.
Yeah, like let the ideas marinate a little bit.
Yeah.
Cool.
You
cool.
hate faster beats.
I do. I'm like 85 BPM. Let's go.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Adam, and musically, I mean, Adam, obviously what you pull off in this album is just like insane. It's another level. I mean, it's perfect. I mean, you sample hip hop drums, mellotron flutes, synth, I mean, all this palette. It's just, it's incredible. I mean, what an artistic mind you have, Adam. But,
Wow, thank you so much.
but also, as I was listening, I was thinking, man, like, Adam, like when do you know that like enough is enough? You know what I mean? Because it feels like you can go on and add new layers forever. You can still be doing it.
Agreed. Yes. No, that's definitely something I've struggled with. I think for me, so I've been making electronic music for a long time and it's kind of evolved. When I first started, it was more like something like Caribou would do, like the electroacoustic kind of some synths, but singer-songwriter. Then I started making trip hop beats and hip hop beats with people. And now we're at this kind of thing. But I also played in a band that had like 8 or 9 members, and we were all about.
Are you talking about Aubrey?
Yeah, Aubrey. Yeah, we were all about maximal. How many tracks can we get on? Can we record 5 more trump? Just why? Why do you have that many tracks at that point? So I think for me with the production, it's hard to find a stopping point, but I feel like I know when I've played the beat enough and it just kind of feels right that I shouldn't keep stacking. But yeah, it's been, for that particular thing, it's definitely been a process over my whole time making music of being like, enough is enough. You've got enough layers. Stop.
Sure. Are you playing a part in that, Bailey? Like, are you like, Adam, I think just let it go. It's ready.
Yeah. But
okay.
in the same breath, I love to stack vocals and I love Beach Boys-esque harmonies. So sometimes Adam has to be like, "Hey Bailey, this is dreamy, but we're missing the point,"
Oh, I love it. And Adam, you briefly mentioned Aubrey, indie band that you still collaborate with, I believe.
Yeah.
Really great band. But checking them out on the research, really powerful live presence, right? Like you guys live just lit the stage on fire. Was the quarantine something that almost like helped you evolve as a performer to like take some of that physicality away because the stages are closed?
Yeah, it's been very hard. I mean, I've always wanted to do like an electronic focused project that was more of like an internet band or, not necessarily so focused on the live performance, especially after playing in Aubrey for so long. And, we were doing shows every month, every couple weeks for years and years. So Yeah, I think I would agree with that. I think it's hard though, because there really are no performance opportunities. This is actually, I think the video we recorded for you is the first live thing of this project ever.
Yeah.
So
Really?
yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Yeah, we
Honored.
the singles just came out a couple months ago. The album's not
cool.
out yet, and it's been quarantined, so we haven't really had any chances to do much. This is the first one, so
Thank you guys I appreciate that.
yeah, it was fun to do. But I think there's a little bit of technical challenge there with figuring out all the live streaming stuff and how to record it and all that. That's not necessarily present when you just have like a bunch of guys with instruments and you're just playing. But yeah, I would say it definitely makes you think outside the box at the very least.
Yeah.
Awesome. Bailey, and Bailey, are you from Georgia or are you from Savannah?
I'm from a little bit everywhere. I was born in Nashville, but I spent the last 10 years in Savannah, Georgia before moving to Philly.
Okay.
So.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because tell us a little bit about that chapter for you, Savannah, because I mean, Head for the Hills, really nice album. And you could see like the sparks that like you really like are flourishing now.
Thank you.
But it's almost, it's funny because you can definitely see the seeds there. Tell us a little bit about that period for you.
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, I love the scene in Savannah. I love the people there. I moved there just, as a 19, 20-year-old, figuring stuff out. And I was essentially adopted by a group of musicians who encouraged me to write and get out, do open mics, go, we did a lot of like live collaborations. It was like an indie rock group. So we'd show up somewhere and play a 20-minute set that we didn't really prepare for.
Yeah.
But that was a really great learning experience. And it was Savannah is a very formative time, for my music.
Studio too.
Oh yeah. And I befriended Sean Kelly and Brendan Kelly from a band called A Fragile Tomorrow, and wrote a couple songs and brought it to them, and they were like, let's go, let's record. And it was an amazing opportunity, and it kind of catapulted me into being a little more interested in taking music seriously.
Interesting. Okay, cool. So that was a pivotal moment for you then.
Yeah, it really was.
Awesome. And Adam, I have to ask you about something super interesting. What's this 24-hour annual Noise Jam festival that you produce? Because it just sounds incredibly fascinating. I mean, just break it down for us.
Yeah. So me and my friend Tyler Mack, he just put out an awesome project called Samurai Mac. You should check that EP out if you like trip hop and prog rock. But we went to school together. He's also played with me in O'Brien and done a lot of music with me over the years. But we both had an interest in noise and drone and ambient. It's not for everyone, but there's something about deconstructing the music down to just nothing, that I really find enjoyable. So we made a project called Title Archive. We would do an album, like an hour-long improvised noise drone ambient album. And then eventually we just decided, why don't we see if we can stream this for 24 hours? And we did it the first year of us just improvising noise and stuff. And then it just kind of grew from there, where we started asking people to join us. The first year was just the two of us. And then we did it 7 years in a row. And we had, something like 40 or 50 different artists come through over the course of all those years, and I think West Philly and Philadelphia in general has a really great experimental scene. There's a lot of, jazz musicians coming out of places like UArts and Temple and there's a lot of free jazz, noise, experimental, all sorts of stuff like that. So
underrated, right? Like people forget about it.
What?
Underrated a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. I think there is, I don't know how many other cities in the world that you could play a hour-plus long noise set to a crowd of 20 or so people and they don't all just walk out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It requires a special type of artistic minds. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that was kind of how it built. And, we didn't get to do it this year. So what we did this year was we actually took all of the archive footage I had of it and I just uploaded it all to YouTube. So if you look for Title Archive Noise, you'll find...
That must have taken you 24 hours by itself.
Yeah, it was a lot of big files that I never opened. And I was like, I'm never going to open these, but we didn't do one this year.
YouTube was like, what are you doing, sir?
Yeah.
Adam Laub's Beats to Relax to.
Yeah.
Find it on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god. Awesome.
No, yeah, it's a fun thing though. I really like it. Even if you're not into noise, I just like getting all these people in the same space and just going crazy and having fun with whatever you want to do in there. So
that's cool. That's great. That's awesome. That's a really cool project, Adam. Thanks for sharing that story with us. So I want to play the file you guys sent us, and then we'll continue. But you sent us. It's like a really awesome medley of the first singles of the new album. It's right. And correct me if I'm wrong. It's Keepsake, Cold Sweat, and Changes, right?
Yes, that's it.
And you guys just blended them into like an awesome 7-minute version. So let's play it now.
At this rate, I think I'll have another to stretch the evening longer. Happiness is such a fleeting occasion. Tonight, like most others, I didn't want to leave my house. It's easier glued to a couch when everything is upside down. By tomorrow, this will all be a keepsake. A memory that realigns my think state truthfully. I don't mind spending the evening together. All the time. Call me on the phone if you need me. You don't have to be so alone. Call me anytime if you need me. You don't have to be so alone. Cold sweat, worry about the things that haven't happened yet. Cold sweat, worry about the things that haven't happened yet. If we could get through to the other side, I'm betting that we see daylight. In only a moment we'll be alright. Help each other pass the time. If this is the part that you keep inside, I wanna know what it looks like. Call me on the phone if you need me. You don't have to be so alone. Cold sweat, worry about the things that haven't happened yet. Sell myself out over and over. This will repeat until we tire of Monday. Count me out from this mess. I can't help but wonder what we would be without these days. It's all the same every day. Wake me up when something changes. It's all the same every day. Wake me up when something changes. I live transfixed by this. Rewrite the script till there's nobody after you. We are contained, but we still play and we remain surprisingly reserved. The time of day is merely a suggestion. Here's hoping that we shake it off by autumn of next year. It's all the same every day. Wake me up when something changes. It's all the same every day. Wake me up when something changes. It's all the same every day. Wake me up when something changes. It's all the same every day. Wake me up when something changes.
Awesome. Yeah. So guys, I do want to ask you. I mean, that was awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Want to ask you about your couple, about you guys as a couple, because there's a rich history, of musical couples in music. I mean, you want to talk about Paul and Linda McCartney, Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo, Win Butler and Regine from Arcade Fire.
Mhm.
They're out there. But I have to ask you guys: is it hard being, with your significant other in a collaboration environment? It just seems like the lines. Like, how do you keep that thing going in the right balance?
I think it just depends on the couple. I don't know that I could do this with anyone, but I think
Yeah.
we just worked out well, and we kind of are on the same mindset of like, this is a project that we do to express ourselves, and it's art, and it's fun for us to make as something to do together. And if it's successful or people care about it, that's great. But like, at least for me, that wasn't the goal going in. The first time we did anything was just, let's go and record a track. I make beats, you sing, let's see what comes out of it, and we've kind of kept it at that level where it's not like life or death. We have to get this done. It has to be perfect. I don't,
Yeah, it's a true collaboration, and we share similar goals sonically, like when we're writing. So it's always nice to he'll catch something that I don't, and vice versa. It's nice to have a second opinion. So
And Adam, that's why the album is so good. You can tell when it's not forced, when it comes from that place that you're talking about, and
Yeah.
watch it. It's going to be amazing, and people are going to love it because you can just feel that in the music. And when someone is creating an EP or an album, with the, just got to be on Spotify playlist, just got to get the hits, you can tell, and it's forced. So
yeah.
totally. So you started writing this album with the idea of it being a smaller EP, right?
Yeah, we just went in and did, I think the first song we did was actually Got It Covered, which is like track 6 or 7 on the album.
Mhm.
And for a long time, we weren't even going to end up using it. And then we went in a month or two later and we did Cold Sweat. And then from there, we were just like, I've got all these old beats. I've got some new stuff I'm working on. Let's just piece this together. And we realized once we recorded a couple demos that we wanted it to be a little more than just an EP.
Yeah.
Amazing. Bailey, Adam, you guys have been, it's so awesome with your time. Let me just ask you like about the order of the songs, because it's 11 songs. It's a wonderful album, but the journey is perfect. Like I'll give you an example. That 1-2 punch of Tourist Town into Back to That is really awesome. Like just those little details, right? Like the way it begins, it just builds up into Bailey's eerie, beautiful voice, short song, like 1:20, and then it's all packed into Back to That almost immediately. It's like a second half. It just works really well. How do you guys, I mean, we love the creative process here because we're not artists. How do you guys decide on the order of the songs? Because that in itself is very important.
Agree.
Yeah.
You did a lot of that deciding, I think. Go ahead, talk about it.
I don't know. We just kind of swapped things around and thought about the lyrical content of each song and just the overall emotion or the intent of each song. Keepsake is obviously, it felt like an opener.
Yeah.
It's this dreamy kind of waking up sound.
Yeah. And we knew Osage was going to be last because it's like kind of one of the longer songs that is this long build to this kind of triumphant ending.
Yeah. So I mean, it took a couple tries. We had, I think, 2 or 3 versions of
the sequencing.
The sequence.
Yeah, we didn't have it down.
It was just mostly by instinct, what flew.
Yeah.
Anyway, what flowed more naturally in between the songs. So
I love it. Well, listen, guys, Bailey, Adam, you guys have said it all. What can I say? I mean, Decouplr, Digital Bonfire, it's a low-key masterpiece, February 19th. I mean, people are gonna love it, guys. It's gonna, once you hear it, you hear the whole thing through, you hear a couple times, it's just phenomenal, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we really appreciate you having us on. This is great.
Oh, and thank you for the performance and for the honor of being the first to play these songs that
absolutely
I think you're gonna be rocking stages, second half of the year.
Hopefully, yeah.
So really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. You have a good night. Thank you.
All right, guys.